You're watching Plus TV Africa, and if you're just joining us, this is Tea Time, an entertainment news program where we bring you up to date on all of the latest entertainment stories. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and here to dissect every story are my co-anchors Ife Oshinkeye, Arike Dimples, and also joining us in the studio is our very own social media analyst, Buki November.
Hi.
And a crowd doing the royal wave. Oh.
Okay.
So, like I was asking earlier, like how many hours sleep did you get last night?
Me?
Yes.
2 hours. Slept 3 a.m., woke up 5 a.m. Yeah, true. But yeah, we're used to it. I mean, I had my favorite meal today, so I think it just makes up for the whole no sleep thing.
Foodie. Let me ask you, Arika, do you think 2 hours sleep is good for any woman?
I don't think it's good for any woman, but then at the same time, man, you gotta hustle. You gotta you just have to wake up,
but you usually have,
pray and slay.
But you usually have 24 hours
That's
sleep.
That's not true. There are days I've gone 2-3 days without sleep before.
Really?
Yes, I have, actually.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Ife, do you want to say anything before I move on?
Oh.
He has his cup. It's good.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So on to the main business of the day.
No.
Our first story is on a Nigerian singer, Charly Boy, who has attacked Pentecostal churches and pastors over miracles. Okay. So who wants to go first? Yeah.
You look like
right,
reported to
If I didn't go first, I would feel hurt. Because it's amazing the way people think. I mean, I respect Charly Boy. So for me to see this kind of post on his page, it kind of makes me wonder. So what he did was he posted a video of a pastor. You know how pastors decree stuff into the life of their congregation, probably after the sermon. You know, you prosper this month it will be easy for you. You know, just general prayers. And then beside that post, he goes, Pentecostalism has promoted miracles over hard work, materialism over spirituality. Pentecostalism is a modern-day commercial enterprise garnished in the cloak of religion with deception and exploitation as its foundation. Their goal now complete monetization of the people's ignorance. I'm like, hello. The guy wasn't even performing miracle. The guy was just praying for people. He didn't say, after this prayer, please go and sit down in your house and don't work.
So what he said was like taken out of context?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we get it. We get it that religion has... Nigerians are very religious people. We get it, you know. They rely a lot on it. But please, if you're going to put this kind of post out, let there be some sort of fact.
Substance.
Was he doing... He was just decreeing things into the lives of people. My pastor does it. I mean, but he will do that and tell you, you need to still go to work and be the best you can be.
Okay.
The pastor wasn't saying, oh, after this prayer, people just sit in your house, God will do it, God will do it. No.
Okay.
So what was the basis of this?
Yeah,
all right, then let me get Arike's
coming from someone who I feel like he got converted or became born again a couple of months ago
February.
in Abuja. Exactly, because I knew it was this year. So just imagine where that is coming from. And I have a problem with the fact that he's directed it at just Pentecostal churches, because if you're going to say something like that, I mean, generalize it. Don't just face Pentecostal churches, because in my own opinion, for 3 years I was in between churches. I was going from one church to the other church just to find peace in a place. And what happened was that most of them were just talking about blessings, prosperity, and all that. And most of the other churches were just talking about, oh, when I was in America, that's part of the ceremony. I don't understand what I'm going to get from when you're in America. All I can say is, Jehovah, me too, I will reach there. I'll be able to go to America. Then I now become, you know. But when you go to all these Pentecostal churches, they preach the word. They tell you how to read your Bible. There are discipleship classes. They have personal efficiency training, you know, programs. So I'm wondering if you're going to say it. I know that not all Pentecostal churches are what I've just said, but then I can say that confidently, I went to about 12 churches, and out of them were like 5 Pentecostal churches, and out of these 5, at least 4 of them preached the word. So if you're going to say, just generalize, don't attack one particular person.
All right then, Arike, thank you very much. I can't wait, because I know Ife will definitely have a strong stance on this issue.
Okay. I couldn't agree more.
With what Buki has said?
Charly Boy.
Oh. I thought we were going to agree with one of the ladies first of all.
Hold on. I'm going to address the both of them.
Okay. No, but do you agree with either one of them first of all? Yes.
I
or
only
no?
agree with the part when she said not all
Who is she?
Pentecostal. When Arike, I'm pointing.
Okay.
When Arike said not all Pentecostal churches.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Yeah,
we'll
your
come
initial
back to that.
reaction.
Now let me start with what Buki said. Buki is saying that not all this pastors do not tell you sit at home. Have you guys seen churches where they'll be telling you this month, this week, your helper will locate you. You shall make a hold on. You will make a meal and you will see people rolling on the floor. I receive it right on, pastor. And then you're telling me that these people that believe that somebody will just come to their doorstep and give them $1 million
It's happened.
for work they did not do. It happens. And how many? If we have 10 cases, how many times does this happen? That's one. And then what Charlie Boy was saying was that these pastors are putting materialism over spirituality. This is where Arike comes in. This is when your pastor will be telling you, when I was in America with my kids.
But that wasn't a Pentecostal church, though. Go on.
Well, you didn't specify.
I said
but-
that.
Very clear now.
Okay, I'm just saying that. Sorry, that was my bad.
Okay.
But I'm telling you that in some Pentecostal churches as well, this is what they would tell you when I was in America, and then you're making your congregation feel like, oh, I haven't been to America. Jesus Christ was a carpenter. He didn't have. Do you understand? Like, we don't need to hear all those things.
But
If
just
you are going
because
to
Jesus
teach,
was a carpenter,
hold on,
does that mean everyone should
hold
be a
on,
carpenter?
please. If you are
I mean, it
going to
doesn't make
teach
sense,
the
though,
word,
fair.
why are you pointing? I thought you were against it. So why are you not pointing your hand? So back to what I was saying. I'm saying that, man, you should preach hard work, you should preach self-development, and you should preach what the Bible actually teaches, not turning the church to a business enterprise.
Okay, you know what?
Because in
Both
Nigeria,
ladies, they
it
have
has become like a business. Church business now is good business.
Okay. All right, Ife, thank you very much. But I know both of you want to say something, so let's make it as brief and as succinct as possible. You've got 1 second, you've got 1 second, so fire away.
The next time you say a prayer, if you pray for God to prosper you, then you're committing an offense. After that comment you just made, Arike, what you?
That's very harsh, Buki. But before you say anything, Arike, what do you have to say?
I think I agree with what she just said. Yes, because you're making it seem as though praying is a sin.
Look.
The pastor was only praying for his congregation.
Look.
I need to know the basis of no. I need to know the basis of why Charlie Boy has decided to attack Pentecostal churches. Yes, I get that. Maybe you heard at the fact that they are preaching just materialism and all of that. But have you been to all churches? Even the Bible says, I'm not going to try.
So he generalized, didn't he?
Just generalize. And even we know that we have fake prophets. We know we have fake churches. But don't come straight at people and make it seem as though they shouldn't.
And bunch all the Christians together.
Come on.
Can I
We're
say
not
something?
stupid for praying. We're not stupid for going to church.
Okay,
I always tell people the most important thing is not believing what your pastor says. It's not believing what happens in your church. It is having a relationship with God. My pastor has preached before. I didn't agree with it. I felt like I had my own point. I went to his office after church service. Sir, this is my own opinion. No. And he said, you know what? On Wednesday service, we'll make it very conversational. And we interacted and everybody understood it.
Right.
Come on.
The same
Ife,
Bible
last
says
word.
faith without works. You guys said the next time I pray, I'll be committing an offense. Now, if I sit down in the comfort of my bed now, and then I start praying to God that I need $1 million, and I'm not working towards it. I'm just being a foolish man. So what this your prayer for me now is that the next time I pray, I should walk towards it, and it would, and so shall it be.
FYI.
We need to move on to our next story. But before we go on to the next story, it's a time for a very quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you news on Drake. Stay here.
It is not yet over. The Get to Lawton Millions promo is still on. 110 people have won up to 65 million naira already, and you can be one of them, as there is 31 million naira still available to be won. You stand a chance to become a millionaire. All you have to do is walk into a Fidelity Bank near you and open an account with 10,000 naira or pay in 10,000 naira to your already existing account, and you stand a chance to win 1 million, 2 million, and 3 million naira in the monthly draw. Draw your account to 50,000 naira and stand a chance to win up to 5 million naira. That's not all. Lots of consolation prizes like refrigerators and generators to be won. Rush now to the Fidelity Bank near you and start saving for a chance to become a millionaire in the Fidelity Get a Lot in Millions promo.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
I don't get a lot. God, you win.
Welcome back. It's Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to bring you our next story. Now, the latest headline on American rapper Drake, who has revealed he has a son in his newest album, Scorpion. Buki, why don't you start with that? Because I know you have like a report. So after you've given us your reports, then we can dissect this juicy topic properly.
All right, let's listen to Buki's report.
Oh my God. What's the name of the guy that revealed this? The guy that I had.
Pusha T.
Pusha T, yeah.
As far as
It's
I'm
not
concerned,
Pusha, it's
Pusha T
Pusha.
is still a
What did I
G.
say? I said Pusha T.
is so on point. And
Okay.
social media people agree with me. I call them people because they're like a congregation. Social media congregation agrees with me. Because they said if Pusha T hadn't said something, Drake would have kept these things under wraps. He wouldn't have said anything about it. But on the flip side, I'm proud of him that he came out to own it. You get? I'm proud of the fact that he actually came out to announce it. I don't care what the background or how the child came to be, but he admits that he had a child. And I am hoping that he's not a deadbeat dad, that he actually spends time with that child. He actually is in the child's life, despite whether he hit once or hit twice, I don't care. There's a child, admit it, and he has. No, but I'd actually like us to check our comments on social media to just see what other people are saying, even though I know that, of course, they side with me. I mean, duh.
All right then, Buki, thanks very much for that quick report. So let me come to you, Arike, because I know you were dying to say something.
Okay, before I say what I want to say, there was something you said about what people are saying on social media and how if Pusha T hadn't said something, Drake wouldn't have come out to own up. I feel like their private life is not anybody's business, regardless of what the fact that they're in people's faces. My private life is not anybody's business. Your private life, because you're in front of the TV, doesn't mean that we have to know
Arike,
what's going on.
It comes with the territory, though. You know, as a celebrity, it comes with the territory.
If I decide to keep my private life private, you have no right whatsoever to tell me that I owe you an explanation. It's not your explanation, it's your life. It's your life. No.
Okay, but your point is that Drake should have kept it private, or?
No, if he wanted to. I mean, it doesn't
It was
owe
his
anybody an
choice.
explanation.
Yeah.
It's his choice. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But then, now that he has come and say it, first of all, the line that he first used to say it, he has gone and give it to Yoruba demons like Ife. Because now that's what guys are saying. If you ask them, why don't you put me on your Instagram? They'll say, I'm not hiding the word. I'm not hiding you from the word. I'm hiding the word from you. It's not working. I don't want to hear that. But having said that, on a more serious note, I feel like, yeah, it's good that he came out to say it, but then I feel like he should be ashamed to an extent because he already denied the child. I mean, I remember that earlier in the year, he said the child, he said he and the lady that had the child had just a one-night stand. And I'm like, oh God, we saw you January 2017 at a restaurant with this same auntie. And then after that, his manager came out to say, no, the girl has been denied access to entry to, to the US, and she's just looking for fame.
You know what, if we're running really short of time, so but I want you to say something on this. So
I think
just
they've even covered
one line.
almost everything. But the only part I have a problem with, you have spoken well, then you just have to just spoil it. I think because they've been seeing them together. So if I go on a date with you now, does it mean that we have done anything?
It doesn't mean that we've done
Exactly.
something.
So
but it
if
means
you're
that
saying it was a one-night stand, then it was a one-night stand.
But then
And
you
let's
don't-
keep it at
Ended there on that
You don't
night.
go on a
Yes, let's
date
keep
with a
it at
one-night
that.
stand. A one-night stand is someone that you see that night, it happens,
All
and
right,
you
guys.
move past it.
Okay, up next is this story on actress Georgina Onuoha, who has acquired $500,000 mansion in the US. And I can't really say anything with this.
Everybody get.
Oh my God.
Chim.
Are you happy for her?
Is this
I'm
a dance
happy,
of joy or?
But at the same time,
Yes.
people that have been asking questions, let me just let you people know.
What have they
It's not
said?
from, they said it's not that all these Nollywood actresses, they're buying houses, they're this and that. It's a lie. Somebody attacked us and said that we are what? They called us names.
Prostitutes.
Prostitutes. But yes, we know that our money is not
Are you
shared
part of
anywhere,
them?
but some of us have savings. In my former life, I was an actor.
In your former life,
Yes.
okay.
You're no longer an actor.
I'm still trying.
She's coming up.
She's
So
denying
we
it now.
know that the pay is not really amazing, but then some people have side hustles. So this auntie, she happens to be a nurse in the Yankee. Myself and Bukola, we sat down. We gave you digit. I'll hand over to Bukola. Bukola, please give them the figures.
Okay.
Let me find my calculator.
Okay, so for the average nurse, she said it was in, what's the state again? Oh, I forget the name of the place.
I remember.
Where
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Exactly. So I googled, and then for the average nurse, for the highest paid nurse in Sacramento earns I think
Annually,
just-
And that comes with a lot of years of experience.
You get the highest paid nurse.
$1,038.
Yeah, the highest paid nurse earns in
$1,038,000.
Okay.
per annum.
Yeah.
Now that's with bonuses, that's with everything that
Okay.
comes together.
So where should we categorize this actress?
I mean,
Let's
she's been
say
there
she
for
shall
5
end.
years.
Let's try. Sorry.
She's been there for 5 years. Did she
Okay.
start nursing as soon as she gets
No, what
there?
I'm
She
saying
had
is that how
degrees.
much do you think, out of these 138 that we mentioned, how much do you think that would be her salary? Like half of that or a third?
I mean, they earn.
We
I don't
can't
know. If
say
you earn
for
about
sure.
$48
We can't
per
say
hour,
for sure.
I mean, 48 to 60 something dollars per
Yeah.
hour. So I really can't be certain how much she earns. But I know that it takes time to get your degrees. It takes time to get certified.
Okay.
I mean.
All these
It
things.
doesn't add up. But then again,
husband.
there's the mortgage. No, she didn't even mention anything about the husband. She mentioned her 2 kids, but she didn't mention anything about the husband being part of the whole buying a house thing.
Oh, I see.
You get
Okay.
So, but then there's the
Mortgage.
possibility of mortgage.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
what
good
you
her
said. I
credit
just
is.
picked up on something. Do you think there's a hint that divorce or separation?
My darling,
We don't know, but she didn't mention her
She
husband.
didn't
Anything
mention.
like
You
that.
get. She just
Okay.
mentioned her kids and saying this. She did this
Okay.
for her kids. You know, they deserve a better life. Blah blah blah. But then again, there's the mortgage. I don't know how good her credit is.
Yeah.
So I can't say for
No,
certain.
she
if
has to have a good
deserve-
credit to get a
Yeah,
mortgage.
if she can get
But
that
before you
one.
go in further, let me let Ife come in quickly because we've only got a short amount of time on this. So your final thoughts?
Man, I just think this is the problem with the world. Women hating on women. This woman came out now to tell you guys that she bought a 5. Why can't we just be happy for this woman? And let us, hold on. That was not a good dance. That was a bad dance of pekele. Is that the type of dance they wanted to dance when they're happy for you?
Ife, I said, where's God's eyes?
Please,
But
hold
I
on.
said it.
Now, you guys do not need, I don't even think you even need to go as far as checking how much does a nurse. People do not keep their eggs in one basket. You don't know what other businesses she's doing. You don't know if she owns other investment that she's put her money into or other businesses that she's running on the side.
Yeah.
You don't know what her husband is doing on the side.
But
and then you guys just came together to judge with her salary.
We are not
It is not that,
judging.
you are judging. You are
Did you
judging.
see the reactions? They said
You
this
people are judging.
It's just
You people are
analysis
judging.
now.
You people should just be happy for this woman. Like, oh, when will my own come? And use her as
We
a
are
point of
happy.
contact for your life.
We are happy.
Ife,
God.
okay.
God.
We
Hey.
are happy.
Happy.
Me too, I want $500,000.
Exactly.
I want to
And then
have
she's
this
married to a
judge.
doctor.
But then we have to
She's
do
married
our
to a doctor.
work.
We are talking
Do our
about America.
research.
She can get this house on mortgage. You guys say you don't know how good her credit is. You calculated when she got there. When she come on.
Putting it that way,
Come
putting it that way, we
on.
look like witches. Seriously,
No,
we're
you
not
look-
witch hunters. We're just saying, you
Yeah.
know, it's just a
It's
No,
just
it's
about
not
our
just
work,
saying. It is not your work.
I'm very
This
happy
one is
for
not your.
police, man.
That
You know
is how
what,
somebody
guys?
will
You
sit
know
down
what,
at home
guys?
and look
Let
at
me
your
tell
shoe
you.
and
Let me
say,
tell
is
you
it this
something.
presenting that is making her buy this shoe? They will look at you too. Handmade.
Ife is an advocate and he's her lawyer. I can say that. Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be dishing out the latest buzz on the planet. Stay where you are.
You know, from day one, Glow makes life easier. They brought us unbelievable data packages and even an optic fiber cable to make sure we optimize. There are 2 things in our lives we depend on: the communication and information, voice and data. Whether you sell, buy, learn, teach, serve, or lead, it really comes down to those 2 things: voice or data. Today's world is all about you. You want what you want, how you want it, and Glow delivers. That's why Glow is introducing Flexi, the freedom to use voice and data the way you like, on every recharge. No plan, no hassle, easy.
Now, on every recharge, Glow Flexi automatically gives the freedom to use voice and data as you like. At the best rates in town, no plan, no hassle.
The grandmasters of data. Glow.
Welcome back. It's tea time right here on Plus TV Africa. And we're moving on to our next and final story, which is on the French convict who escapes prison with a hijacked helicopter. This is I think this is the story of the year, honestly.
And this story must begin. Oh Lord, no, this story, please do me the honors.
Let's fair do this.
This guy.
Story.
Once upon a time.
Time.
All right, there's this guy. He's a career criminal. He was in jail for 25 years. Then, all of a sudden, some people came. In a helicopter.
You know what, Ife? Why don't we start at the very beginning? Because this was way back in 2010 when he got arrested initially.
Yeah.
So do you have any?
Oh yeah, we have all the details of the fact. But no, this one now we have to talk about the movie part. This is a career criminal that was arrested for robbery and murder and was sentenced to 25 years. In 2013, he escaped prison, and then they got him back. I think in between he got another robbery. They got him back after 6 weeks. In between, he got into another case. He was sentenced to another 8 years. So while he was serving his 25-year sentence was when this breakout actually happened. I think Michael Scofield has nothing on this guy.
Nothing whatsoever.
I'm telling you. Because this guy now, he got 3 masked men to hijack a helicopter that was waiting for a helicopter training. Yeah. And then they flew into... Now, apparently, the prison was supposed to be anti-helicopter netting. Okay. So no helicopter was supposed to be able to land in there. But there's this courtyard that they don't really use. So I think these conspirators, they just perpetrated that angle and they used it to land over there. They got in there throwing smoke canisters.
What was it you said earlier? Was he there or something like that?
Because the way he's even saying it.
They throwing bombs. They used an electrical grinder to break to open the visiting room door. Oh, did I mention that the guy had a visit from his brother? So it wasn't like it was planned. He was chilling, having a conversation with his brother. Then this guy, masked man, they just came, broke the door, got in. They got the guy out, put him in the helicopter, burnt the helicopter. They used the escape car, burnt the car. And then the police and all the forces in France, they sent 2,900 people in search of one...
He just came back from France, by the way, because
he was right there when it happened.
He's a storyteller. He's a story.
Obviously. No, this only happens in movies. And this guy, should I also tell you guys that this guy also had plans of being an actor? Once upon a time.
So he's been
it didn't work out.
But it didn't work out. And did I also tell you that he said that when the reason why he does crime is because he was motivated by a very popular movie called Scarface.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, you guys didn't know that?
You know what?
Should I go on?
No, I
need to get your reactions. Let me quickly get your reactions before we round up. Bookie, just quickly in 30 seconds.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about them capturing. I mean, the first time he tried it, 6 weeks, they caught him.
Yeah.
How long would it take to get him this time around?
Yeah.
Me? I think in 8 weeks, for crying out loud. I mean, Oyinbo police not a joke. You get, they're like very serious people. They don't play.
But having caught him, the first time, do you not think he'll be more smart?
He will sleep again. I mean, I also read that that they had put up like barricades at borders, at major borders. Okay. Just so that he's flown, you have cars and everything, and all the borders they've already barricaded the borders. So whatever.
What if he's gotten to the border before they even went to barricade?
Yeah, because they found the helicopter and they found the escape car.
Exactly.
And they were burnt. So we don't know how far this guy has gone. But
at the end of the day, he's got like 48 hours or 72 hours ahead.
Yeah. But one thing is that this guy is a global fugitive at the moment. So I don't think
I need to bring Arike in because she hasn't said what Yeah, go on.
First of all, I find the story very intriguing. And
Yeah.
the fact that the first time I heard this story, it was from Ife downstairs. Made me feel like, Ife, were you there? And then I went to read up and I'm like, wow, this is actually very interesting. There's so much that all these movies that we watch can just do. I remember the story of that boy that got into the plane from Benin to Lagos just because he watched it in a movie. Like, he could have died. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, the movie makers should try to be very careful, or I don't know. That's
I don't
my
think
own
the
opinion.
movie...
But then moving on to this guy, moving back to this guy, I feel like they won't find him or they won't catch him. If they do, he's a slow guy, because the fact that you've jabbed before, they caught you. This second time, you're supposed to just calculate them strategically in a way that they won't get you. And the fact that they found the helicopter and the car, I don't think they'll find this guy. He's gone.
Okay, guys, let me just quickly ask you. These guys that actually planned and did everything and supported him, the two guys that hijacked the helicopter.
Three guys.
The three guys. Like, how many hours do you think they put into this, you know?
How many hours? Do you know that the prison officials now said that for some weeks, or I think for some months, they've been seeing some flying objects hovering over the prison.
So they've been monitoring.
And I'm like, so you guys have been seeing all these things.
And they were not suspicious.
Oh, Lord. As in, that was just funny. Like, okay, so in a prison now, should you allow drones just fly over or helicopter? But I now read another article after I watched the news. They said that it was a bright day, so the helicopter must have looked very cheerful in the sky because it was a bright white helicopter. And I'm like, but the truth is they are going to get him, because when they say a nationwide man hunt, there is nothing, as unless you fade out of the surface of the earth.
He's going to change everything. Don't be surprised if this guy, you see him and he's got contacts and he has changed his teeth set in.
He gets DNA, bro.
No, but at the end of the day, his looks is going to have been changed by now. And
it might take a while, but they will get him. No, they'll definitely get him.
I think you have one last thing before you say something.
I was going to ask you, Fed, the way you were saying they will get him. If you see this brother beside you in Nigeria, do you guys?
But even you, if you see the guy, you will say yes. The guy is so fine.
That's what I'm saying.
He does look good.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that he's not going to look like that anyway.
Buki.
Are you saying I like a criminal? What's your problem? Buki. Come on.
This was someone that was an actor. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the program. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. My thank you, first of all, go to my co-anchors and the entire production team, and our able and capable stylist, courtesy of Kudi
Empire.
Taiwo, wishing you a very good morning.